welcome back to another video. So today I have woken up to snow, which is actually really rare for us. We never generally get any snow here, so I thought it was the perfect opportunity to film my winter morning routine with the horses. I'm just getting ready. I'm just getting the courage to go outside into the cold. It looks very beautiful, but snow can actually be a bit of a nightmare with horses, so I'm hoping that it doesn't turn to ice later. But anyway, I'm going to wrap up cozy and warm for a long day outside in the cold and the snow. So for the snow day today, I'm going to be wearing Ariat's Venture layering system to keep me nice and warm, but also provide me with layers because I find I get really warm when I start mucking out and things, so I can remove some layers if needed. So starting with the Venture base layer, this I am loving at the moment. I'm really liking the sort of high neck turtleneck tops, and this is a very thin base layer, but it keeps you really nice and warm. It also has the little cuffs for you to pop your hands through, so when I pop gloves on over the top, you know, it keeps me nice and snuggly. And then instead of breeches today, I've gone for the warmer option, the Venture Thermal Half Grip Tights in the colour Reflecting Pond. How fancy is that? These are super comfy, so these will be great today. And so now it's time to start the actual layering of the Venture layering system. So I'm popping on some Venture H2O Shell Full Seat Pant, that is a name and a half, but basically these are a waterproof trouser that go on over your thermals or over your jods or whatever, and these are completely waterproof, and they also have a full seat so you can ride in these. They're a lot sort of nicer than most waterproof trousers. They're not heavy and they have all the fittings of a normal sort of breech, so yeah, they look a lot smarter as well. So these will keep me nice and dry and clean. And then on top I'm going to obviously pop a jacket on. So this is the Venture waterproof jacket. Really like this because it's nice and loose, but you can also adjust it, and lots of pockets, which I always need because I'm constantly carrying around 1,000 things. But yeah, that is me all ready to go and venture off outside. So of course it's straight round to the stables, and actually at the moment not all of the horses are in, so some of them are actually still living out, so some of them are out in the paddocks now, and as you can see we've had quite a lot of snowfall overnight. As Chilly enjoying the snow, like, come and give me my hay, mother. So I've got to dash around to the stables to A, turn the other horses out, and B, feed them all. Does anybody else love how their horses just come and like greet them in the morning? So in the stables at the moment we have Snip, Percy, Caramel, and of course Mr. Taff. So the first job is to organise the hay nets and give everyone their correct hay net and their breakfast if they have a breakfast. Some of our horses do, some don't. As you can see, there was a little bit of snow on the hay nets this morning, so they're stored in the tractor shed overnight, but it's open fronted, so obviously some snow had blown in. But yeah, basically I just go and put each hay net in each horse's stable, and Mum helps with this. We do this straight away so that they can start eating, so obviously by now they've eaten all of their forage overnight, and it keeps them quiet while we have to change their rugs and put their mud boots on, etc. So that is what we'll be moving on to next. Snippy, what's going on here? Wait. Good morning, Snip Snip. Come on, you mister. There you go. Morning. Can I get that bit of... Thank you. There you go. So the horses are given their feeds and hay nets, and then it's time to change their rugs. Snippy's just in a lightweight at the minute because she's unclipped because she's having a bit of a winter break from being in work. She's enjoying a little bit of a holiday, whereas Percy is kind of doing all the work at the moment. So Snippy just has her rug done, and then Percy, I pop his outdoor rugs on. At the moment he's wearing 2 because we need to sort out a heavyweight for him. And then I make sure I pick out all of their feet, just to make sure they're not like, you know, going out with loads of shavings in their feet or anything like that. And also with it having snowed, we're actually going to be popping some Vaseline in their hooves in a moment. So what this does is basically when horses walk on the snow and they've got shoes on and it compacts, this prevents the snowballs sort of like sticking in their feet. It means that they kind of just slip out. So yeah, whenever we have any snow, any of the horses with shoes on always go out with Vaseline feet, which is a handy little tip for you if you've never done it before. I know it's a big thing that they do abroad where they get a lot more snow. And then Percy also has his mud fever boots on. These are the woof wear ones, and these are an absolute lifesaver. Especially because we are on clay at home, so it's really, really muddy. So obviously you don't want any mud fever, but also Percy's in, as I said, full work. So I need to be able to pop boots on him when he comes back up, and when his legs are dripping in mud, I can't really do that. Hence the mud fever boots. But once all the rugs and the boots and everything else is on, it's then time for me to turn all of the horses that are in out. So we're really lucky. My horses are all really greedy and would sooner stand in their field shelters eating their hay than flying about in the snow. Literally, some of them you can't get out of their field shelters, such as Danny. He literally lives in there when the weather's like this, bless him. So yeah, we can turn them out without any issues. I just have to go and break some ice. So that's all the horses turned out, so it's now time to muck out. So today I'm doing all of the mucking out, which isn't a hard job when there's only 3 in. Later on in the season, all of the horses will be coming in. And luckily, when all 7 are in, we do have a groom that comes and helps us by mucking out and pooping and things, because I certainly couldn't do all 7 horses a full-time job and run all my YouTube and my socials on my own. So yeah, that's really helpful. But today it's all down to me, and I'm of course using all of my Red Gorilla supplies to muck out. They are looking a little bit well loved at the moment. I think it's time for a spring clean, maybe an early one. But yeah, the joys of mucking out. Oh! So that is the stables mucked out. Now it's time to make the feeds up. So now it's on to the feeds. So Mum does the other 5 horses and I basically do Percy and Snip's feeds. So Percy and Snip both have a breakfast and then they both have a tea. So I'm going to do them now, and they are fed on Denji, and then Percy also has a balancer which Denji don't do. So I'll show you what they have anyway. So I tend to keep all of my feeds over this end. I need to fill this up actually. This is looking very empty, but basically both of them are on light, and then Percy is having light mixed with ulcer light at the moment because we're transitioning him onto that. But yeah, so the first thing I need to do is pop some light in there for them. Snippies. Oh, I'm not really sure where my scoop's gone, so we're just gonna have to. And I've run out of light in there, so I need to open this bag. So this is their meadow light with herbs, which is actually a new feed that the horses are really enjoying. And the reason that Snip's on this at the minute is because she's not actually in work, she's having her break. So she was on Alpha A oil, which she needs when she's in work, but now that she's doing not a lot, she's on this because it's great, because it's high fibre, low cal. Percy's on this just while he's transitioned fully onto the ulcer light. And then Percy gets a handful of Denji ulcer light. The reason he's on this is because he can be a little bit of an internal stressor. So eventually all of his fibre mix will be this. And then into the feed room for the supplements. So the first thing that goes in is Percy's balancer. And so welcome to the supplement shelf. So both my horses are on Premier Performance supplements. So they're both on the Gastro Premier, again, just to support their stomachs. So they're both on the maintenance dose now for Gastro Premier, so they're both on a 1.5 scoops a day. So, which I just kind of pop between the feeds. So Percy's also on the muscle strength just to help him build up a bit of extra muscle on his top line. Snippy used to be on this when she was in work to help her with her, you know, she's been trying to build up that hind end for quite a while. But basically she doesn't need this while she's not in work. So Percy's on this. And then finally all of my horses get Himalayan salt in their feed as well. So that is all of the feeds made. Mum's actually made up the hay nets for me while I was mucking out. So that is pretty much everything done and ready for the horses for the rest of the day. So whilst the snow may be very, very pretty and my arena looks lovely and white at the moment, something tells me I won't be riding today, which is a shame, but when you've had this much snowfall, there's not really much you can do. So instead, the horses are going to spend the entire day out in the field. I will of course make sure that they have extra hay because obviously they don't have access to grass with all the snowfall. But to be honest, the horses quite like being out in the snow, and we also try and give our horses as much turnout as possible in winter.
Hello? Hello?
So guys, that is my horse's winter morning routine. Slightly different just because of the amount of snow we've had, but the only difference is I've not been able to ride sadly, which is a shame, but I will do another one of these, and I thought of doing a GoPro version. I'll definitely make sure it's a day I can ride. But thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all soon for another video. Bye guys!